everyone, and welcome to FITMAS day number 7. Today we're going to be chatting about working out unconventionally, working out in other places other than the gym, because I feel like when we think about working out, we may think like, oh my God, I got to go on a treadmill. I have to do a workout video like Beachbody or something. I got to lift weights, and like these are great avenues to work out, but there's definitely other ways. Long term, I think I've made a podcast episode about this, but long term, those ways, aside from like a structured training program where you probably will need strength training equipment that's progressive, you may kind of stall out. But for those people that you're looking to maintain, get movement in, you may be in a rough spot in your life where you don't have gym access. You can't afford gym access. You're traveling a lot, so we have to deal with what we have, and that's what this episode is going to be about for those instances. And it may be for a longer period of time. Maybe you lost a loved one, maybe you have an injury, maybe the weather is really bad and you're afraid to drive in the snow, maybe you moved, maybe your work schedule's crazy and you can't make it to the gym. There's other things that you can do, and like I said, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And with that, the FITMAS day number 7 giveaway for you is a bundle. So I'm going to be giving away my Fit at Home guide, which all of my clients get this because it is meant to be like, hey, if you can't use your training program, use these workouts, refer to these workouts if you're traveling, you're in a hotel or whatever, because they give you 30 total workouts, 15 at home workouts, and 15 body weight workouts and 15 minimal equipment workouts. And they're really great. There's a little bit of everything. There's circuit style workouts, there's lifting workouts where you use a medicine ball, upper body, lower body. There's so many different moves. I'm really proud of this guide. I really enjoy it. So I hope that you enjoy it too. So you get the Fit at Home guide, and then you also, I'm going to be throwing in my 7-day reset workouts, which there's actually in the 7-day reset. This was super popular within my Facebook group when I ran this challenge. You get little habits to focus on each day. There's also home versions and gym versions of these workouts, and it's 7 days full of workouts. So great little bundle here, and guess what? It's only $7. So again, if you need some workouts, something to refer to, you're just getting started, you're feeling overwhelmed, you want to add some workouts to your arsenal, this is a great low-cost way to do that. So that is the deal for today. But like I said, we're going to be doing kind of like a podcast style chat. I'll probably upload this to the Tea with Tina podcast. It's going to be how to work out anywhere, not your conventional fitness. Okay. Sorry, I bumped my tripod with my toes. But okay, so just getting into this, we kind of discussed some of the instances of maybe situations where you would be working out unconventionally. And I want you to ask yourself if you may find yourself there right now. And if not, I also want you to think about this to have a plan for the future when there will be bad weather days. There will be days where maybe you don't feel like making it to the gym. I hate to say that there could be another lockdown situation in the future. Not saying anything's happening right now, but I mean, it could happen, where maybe gyms shut down or you don't have access to a gym. That could happen. You're traveling. So maybe you only have a hotel gym or your hotel room. So you need body weight workouts or very limited equipment because the hotel gym sucks, but you want to get some movement in. Or maybe you don't have access to any of these things and you just have the great outdoors. Or even you could be somebody that doesn't really like traditional working out, and that's okay too. When people tell me that, they're like, I actually literally had a client work with me and she said it was of no fault of my own, but she absolutely hated the gym. I've actually had this happen twice. She absolutely hates the gym and she just does not want to work out there anymore. And I get it. I think some of this is an older generation thing because she was an older woman. She was over 70, still in very good physical condition. She had some issues, but she was able to work out and everything. But I think there's some generational things because they didn't really have to work out back then. It was different. It wasn't instilled. I mean, working out didn't really get popular for the general public really until the 80s with like step aerobics and Gene Simmons. The 70s a little bit with Arnold and the bodybuilding scene, but that was mainly bodybuilding. So people didn't really work out. You know, you were working on your farm, you did manual labor, people smoked, so I feel like they stayed thin because of that. So there's a lot of weird dynamics about that. But I think she just kind of grew up in that era. My parents were a part of the same era, and it's like working out is just so weird to them and for them. It's not like a part of their everyday. So I get that. So if that's somebody maybe like you, or you just don't like lifting, maybe yet, we could chat about that. So some of the things that could be unconventional fitness. I have my notes if you're wondering why I'm looking off to the side, because, you know, I just, my brain is a weird place, and if I don't have notes to reference, it's just not happening. So, some easy things, okay? Walk. And this is someone also, if you're afraid to set foot in a gym, or you feel overwhelmed, or you feel like you're limited, like you don't want to hurt yourself on the weight, you don't have money to hire a trainer, you're afraid to ask for help. Walk. We all walk, whether you work from home and maybe you have access and you can invest in a walking pad and you can walk while you get your computer work done, or when you're on a Zoom meeting, you know, fantastic. If you can walk outside at a local park, you have dogs, you can walk your dogs. Maybe you do a dog walking business on the side and you want to get steps in that way. You want to take a little walk for your stupid little mental health. Whatever it is, take walks around the block, walk with your significant other, walk with a friend. There's so many great ways to walk. And of course, you can progress this to running or jogging if maybe you want to take that up, or maybe you want to train for a 5K or a half marathon or whatever. Walk. Oh my God, walking is wonderful, especially in nature, especially if you can have a friend that you could walk with, because you get that social component as well. You're getting your steps in, which steps are more important, I think, than, you know, oh my God, I need to do leg day. Like, get some steps in at least. So that's really cool. And something that I'm thinking about is I've been walking. I really got into walking. Like, I've always walked and we've always hiked. But as far as consistently walking, I always used to do more intense cardio because I thought that's what I had to do. And ever since I got diagnosed with my Hashimoto's, you know, that more intense working out, I'm definitely building up to it, and I think I can do it in some capacity, but I'm still healing. I'm still figuring out where my limits are. So walking has been a game changer. So if you're somebody who's maybe suffering from an autoimmune disorder, or you have some health issues going on, your hormones are imbalanced, you're in a very high stress situation, your body feels puffy and inflamed, I recommend walking. Just walk. And I found a local trail to me that's beautiful, and I've been challenging myself to walk. Like right now, it's actually kind of like a snow globe outside. It's gently snowing, and I might challenge myself to walk outside later. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm somebody who's not a big fan of winter, and I want to embrace it. And this trail is just so gorgeous. It's like 7 miles long. It takes you through different scenery. I love it. I could tear up like talking about it. I know it sounds crazy, but it's just a beautiful trail, and I've kind of seen it through all the different seasons. And for me, when I'm in nature, especially in this place, and I'm not sure why, when I walk, it allows me to sort through my thoughts and kind of meditate, get into a meditative state, and that's really wonderful for me. I don't know if maybe that'll have the same effect for you, but being in nature is wonderful. They say try to get in nature for 20 minutes a day if you can. I mean, obviously, if it's blizzarding or thunderstorming, don't do it. But that could be something worth thinking about, right? So definitely, if you can, if you want to start anywhere, walk. That is my recommendation. Walk, even if it's 10 minutes, build up. I'm telling you, it's worth it. And there's also, like, for my indoor peeps, and I guess outdoor, there's this really cool thing that one of my past clients did, and she had to get weight loss surgery. She trained really, really hard. I actually talked about her in the Ozempic episode of my podcast, that she was one of those people that she needed that aided weight loss because she tried everything. And a part of her recovery was walking. So she walked, and she actually found this website. I forget what it's called, but you can buy these little challenge packs. It might be like Scooby-Doo themed, and it's $50. And if you walk 50 miles on your phone, it shows a little map going through maybe like a Scooby-Doo haunted stuff. And then once you achieve that goal, which you can do it over months, like if you do a mile a day or whatever it may be, and then you get this really cool medal, like this really nice elaborate medal. And they have like Lord of the Rings, they have Star Wars, they have everything. So it's really cool. And I thought that was a really cool way to kind of get involved in walking as well. I know me, I do the Runkeeper app when I'm out walking, so I can just kind of log my pace and how long I've been walking, and it's just cool to look back on. And even that is like cool for me. I enjoy doing it. So little things like that, I hope can help. As you can see, walking is super beneficial. Highly recommend that you do it. And I say at least get like 7,000 steps a day. 7 to 10 plus would be fantastic for the average person, because the average person is probably not getting that. So take a look at your steps that you're getting if you can look at that, okay? So walking, another part of that would be biking. See if maybe, even if you are in a gym, you know, aside from the treadmill, maybe explore into the other pieces of cardio like ellipticals, rowing machines, biking, the stair climber, investing in a bicycle, because then again, you can kind of make it a little hobby where you drive somewhere. I mean, you invest in the bike initially, but everything else is free. You can hit up different bike trails in your area and bike. It's really low impact as long as you don't have like a crazy like mountain biking trail or something. Very low impact, and you can go a longer distance than walking in a shorter period of time, so you get to see more and do more, okay? So that's something. Now, some other unconventional things, hobbies, cleaning, okay? Even just using unconventional items for your home workouts. So let me dive into those a little bit. Cleaning, oh yeah, cleaning can be a workout. Don't discredit that. I wore my heart rate tracker when I shoveled snow, speaking of snow, since it's snowing outside, and I burned 2,000 calories shoveling snow. Now granted, we had like 2-3 feet of snow, and it was a lot of work, and I was digging out neighbors' cars and things like that. But oh my god, I brought my hydro jug out with me because I was sweating. It was crazy. But that's one thing. Cleaning your house, mopping, you know, you're gonna be burning calories. So if you know, kind of slack on cleaning and make it a regular routine, and I personally try to hit like one area a day, you know, so I don't have to deep clean. I kind of keep up with it, so it's rare that I actually am like, oh my god, I have to like take 5 hours and deep clean my entire house, right? So that's one thing. Hobbies, now these can be, like I said, more of the unconventional fitness, like maybe you want to take up yoga, maybe there is a local hiking group. Gosh, I'm trying to think of things like rock climbing. Like we have a little rock climbing gym near us where you can just like go and literally just rock climb. So there's different ways that you can do that maybe are active. Gardening, you know, and can be physical labor, but may not directly be fitness. And it's nice to do those kinds of things because you burn calories and you are working, but you don't really feel like you're doing fitness, which is also great. So that's something as well. And then using the unconventional items. With that, I mean, like if you're at home, taking it back to the lockdown days, if you're at home and you have like maybe a water jug and you're using that as like, you know, your weight, you fill up the water, or you use cans, you know, so if you can't invest in, you know, equipment, you can still use weighted stuff. Going it back to Rocky 4, look at Rocky, how he trained when he was like in the Russian, like, I don't even know where it was, middle of nowhere, tons of snow. He was training with logs and running in the snow, and he just trained with raw items, and I love that because you truly can get fit anywhere. And it's funny, just a little thought from me is that I love when, like, I love an aesthetic, don't get me wrong. Like, if I own my own studio, which I hope to open one day, I want it to be beautiful. I want it to be clean. And I know that's important to people, but I always kind of laugh when people may go to a gym that's a little bit grungier. It's still clean, but maybe the equipment's older and maybe it's not super pretty. It's like, you can still get a good workout in. If this is what you can afford, if this is what's close to your house, come in, have fun. And I actually love kind of working out that way because it does feel raw, and it kind of brings out that Rocky in you of like, yeah, you're working out even in your house, even in the dungeony basement you have. It brings out that rawness in you of like, hey, I'm putting in this work no matter what. I don't have to have perfect conditions to do this. And that's how it should be. You shouldn't have to have perfect conditions. And maybe when you are unconventionally working out, that's going to happen. Like maybe you're going to feel uncomfortable working out in the hotel gym, but you're doing it for your health. And I'm telling you, the more you do it, the easier it gets. It's those first couple times because you're out of your element. It's different. It's going to feel weird. But if you can push past that, you'll be fine. Okay. And something else to think about would be like different styles of working out that maybe aren't strength training or powerlifting. You know, looking at body weight workouts, calisthenics, Pilates. Pilates is very trendy right now, and just like focusing on different things like that. I mean, you know, however you can start, you don't even have to start with a full-blown plan. Like even some of the things I'm dropping over these 12 days of FITMAS, like I'm going to be having a hip mobility workout and then some of my mobility moves, maybe you start there. You work on that for a couple weeks and you're like, you know, I'm going to add on to this. Or maybe you take a body weight workout and then you add on to it. That's something as well. You know, you don't have to start out perfectly with this full blown plan. You know, all or nothing mindset is a huge barrier for a lot of my clients, and I really try to break them of that. And that's a big thing, is that's why I say keep showing up, show up imperfectly, progress not perfection, work with what you have and build on it. And I could say from my personal experience, that's where I'm at right now too. I came from a place where, I mean, it took me years initially in my first journey to build up to, you know, working out 6 days a week. And you think that you can sustain that, right? Especially as a fitness trainer, I'm like, well, I'm going to sustain this. And I did for a while. And then, like I said, the Hashimoto's threw me on my ass. The injury threw me on my ass. I just got thrown on my ass in general. And like, I had to take it down to yoga and just walking. And now I'm literally building back up again, because I took almost a year off, really. Like I threw a couple arm workouts in there, and there was a couple days I tried to do stuff and it didn't work, you know, but nothing was consistent. So now I'm literally on a push-pull leg split. I have progressed from regular walks to incline walks, so that's really exciting. I've done a couple runs in there as well, so it's slow. It's a slow, steady progress. And if once you look back, take time to look back and see how far you've come. And even me, like, I'm definitely more consistent now with my 3 days. I'm able to push a little bit more weight. I feel like I'm able to lift. The pain isn't there. It's wonderful. So it takes time, and I'm still not where I want to be. You know, I want to add on, maybe do 4 days or 5 days, but we're not there yet. And that's okay. So slow and steady. And then the last two things I wanted to touch on is the hotel gym and then exercise snacks. So if you're in a hotel, you know, you can use the gym. Some gyms have, or some hotels have beautiful gyms. You could look into getting a day pass or like a week pass if there's a gym in that area. A lot of them are pretty affordable, and are happy to do that for you. Just make sure to call them or look into the logistics of it before you sign up. You can do the workouts in your hotel room as well, like I said, with the Do Anywhere workouts. So those are all options. Okay, you can go for walks or hikes depending on where you're traveling. You know, maybe take advantage of that if there's any parks that you want to see. The other thing is exercise snacks. I actually had one client who did really well with exercise snacks. And what they are is they're short bursts of more intense workouts that you can do throughout the day. And so it might be like a 3 to 5 minute burst of working out. So what I did was I programmed like a couple exercise snacks for her, 2 or 3 moves, and she would do 3 rounds, and they'd be for about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. And she would do these periodically throughout the day. She did them about 3 times throughout the day, you know, because she worked a lot. She had a crazy schedule. She had a kid. She was a single mom, so it was hard for her to get movement in. And when she did, she saw progress, right? So, I mean, exercise snacks are awesome too. So if you're somebody who's working like at your desk, maybe you're doing 12-hour days, take those couple minutes, stand up from your desk, see if you could do some push-ups on your desk or a wall sit or some squats. Do little exercise snacks like that throughout the day to get your blood pumping, your body moving, your heart rate up. And there are studies done that say if you do exercise snacks properly, it can be just as effective as a regular 30-minute workout. So definitely something's better than nothing with that, something to consider. Okay. With that, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it got your brain going and thinking of other ways that you can move outside of the gym if you maybe don't have access or you don't want to use it. There's definitely plenty of ways to move that don't require a barbell or a machine. Find something you enjoy, find what you can do, and keep that body moving. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you for FITMAS Day 8. Bye.